was trafficked to Def Jam.
She was the innocent baby when she came over here. And look at her now.
14 going on 15 years old. Flown over without parental supervision in a private plane by a man who was supposed to be a producer who auditioned her at 3 a.m. in the morning in a hotel room. Auditioning at 3 a.m. in the morning, a 14-year-old girl. She was flown to another country. She was taken to Def Jam headquarters. She was left in a conference room alone with Sean Carter for nearly 6 hours alone with no parental supervision. Her father collected a $500,000 check. She has the fastest inked deal.
50 Cent recently gave an interview that's sure to turn heads in the industry. In it, he took aim at both Diddy and Jay-Z, revealing some surprising details about them. What's even more interesting is that 50 didn't just focus on Diddy, he also brought Jay-Z into the conversation, implying that both of them have been involved in some questionable things. 50 Cent suggests that Diddy and Jay-Z have been closely connected from the start, working together on business ventures, events, and after parties. This has led people to wonder if 50 knows something the rest of us don't, or if there's something Jay-Z is trying to keep under wraps. 50 even hinted that if people think Diddy's behavior is shocking, they should wait until they hear what's going on with Jay, especially suggesting that his marriage might just be a business arrangement. What's particularly striking this time is 50's tone. Known for taking jabs at Diddy, he hasn't let up entirely, but there's been a noticeable change. On Instagram, he posted a headline about Diddy's latest accusations, and the way he framed it has caught a lot of attention.
To you somewhere, and Rihanna she had really never even been heard of at this point, and you walked up to me and said, that's my artist. And I was struck by that. I'd never forget those words. That's my artist. And you were proud, man, and you were like, wow, this is a discovery of mine. And then she exploded, and then she lit up. How hands-on are you in terms of managing her career?
Well, we actually manage her now. We didn't manage her in the beginning. I signed her as an artist on Def Jam.
How'd you know? Where do you meet? Where do you find a girl like that?
She actually walked into my office. She has a lawyer, Scott Felcher, and he knew Jay Brown, who works with me, and they made the introduction. He played him this song, Upon the Replay, which was her first single she had already. And she walked into the office, and I heard the record, and I was really afraid of the record. It was so big that I thought the record would be bigger than her.
Right.
I thought the record, she would be the Upon the Replay girl.
Forever.
Yeah, but I took the meeting anyway. I said, let me just meet her. And
beautiful
when
girl.
I met her that day, I knew she was a star. Like, just her look, the way she walked into a room, and her confidence, and she performed in my office.
And she was, 17 years old at that point?
She was 16.
16, and she has the confidence of it. She's like an old soul in a sense, right?
Absolutely.
So she walks in your office, and she just belts out a tune?
Belts out a tune, she performs, and I tell her, there's no way out of this office. I signed her that day.
Wow. Okay.
Everything is there. So we signed her that night. We didn't let her leave the office.
Really?
The 3 a.m. was when that contract got signed. So from the meeting around 3, 4 in the afternoon, we signed it by 3 a.m. Wow. That day, I was absolutely certain.
50 Cent showed a more serious side when he said, I hope you're all right. If you're cool with him, check on him. All jokes aside. This came right after he sarcastically predicted Diddy's legal issues, saying, I told you, here they come in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sarcasm is nothing new for 50, especially when it comes to Diddy. He's always had a sharp tongue, especially in response to Cass's lawsuit.
Unwilling to speak until now, to those of us who thought, how could it happen to someone so strong?
I am strong. This happened to me. I didn't cause this. I didn't do it. This happened to me, and it can happen to anybody. There are a lot of women who've experienced what I did, but not in the public. So it made it really difficult. I just felt like, oh my God, here goes my little bit of privacy, just exposed. Like, it's something that nobody wants anybody to know. So here I am, the whole world knowing.
Why be ashamed?
Because I didn't want people to think that that's the kind of person I fell in love with that person. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing that that's the type of person that I fell in love with. So far in love. So unconditional that I went back.
On average, I think it takes a woman 7 times before she leaves.
8 or 9, actually. And I don't want that to happen.
When Diddy responded, 50 posted a picture of himself with the caption, "Damn, brother love, you out here looking crazy as hell," as he joked about Diddy's situation. But when Diddy settled the lawsuit just a day later, 50 didn't hold back. He sarcastically remarked, "Oh well, he paid that money real quick. Should have done that before the sharks smelled the blood in the water." Given 50's history of mocking Diddy, his shift to a more serious tone in some of these comments has definitely caught attention.
Another celebrity has been caught up in the Sean Combs legal and PR saga. Maybe nightmare is the way to say it. This time, R&B superstar Chris Brown is who we're talking about. The Grammy Award-winning musician behind tracks like Forever, Under the Influence, Run It. Well, an unnamed woman, who only goes by Jane Doe, spoke out in a new documentary on Investigation Discovery. It is called Chris Brown, A History of Violence. And she claims that what was supposed to be a night of glamour and excess on a Miami yacht turned essentially into a terrifying situation. She accuses Chris Brown of drugging and raping her at a party on this yacht. And this yacht was docked outside of Combs' Miami mansion back in December of 2020. And that essentially she was walking into a trap. As the champagne flowed and music pulsed, Brown allegedly handed her drink after drink. She said, quote, "I don't remember if I saw him pour it, but I just drank it, and he just hands me another drink." She says in the documentary, "As I'm standing there, I did start to feel kind of tired and my body was feeling a little heavy." And that is when Brown allegedly led her to a bedroom on the yacht, sprawled out on the bed, and then climbed up on top of her. And literally through tears, she says on the documentary how she couldn't move. And that is when she says Chris Brown assaulted her. The details are stomach churning, but Doe describes feeling so disgusted as Brown allegedly kissed her and literally muffled her protests so she couldn't scream out. She essentially claims that she was powerless to stop the assault, that she was trapped in this.
Lately, 50's shift in tone has surprised a lot of people. Many are starting to wonder if him toning down the joke signals that something bigger is on the horizon. Some even believe that Diddy could be facing something more serious soon.
He turned me down.
So how did the meeting go, and then what did Diddy say? Why did he turn you down?
We get into the office, so we do the performance, like, we nervous, but we just do the shit. Boom, all right. And so he was just like, cool. He said, "Yeah, I like this cool. I don't like this light-skinned nigga over here. This little nigga over here. Fuck, I said, that's just melted in that goddamn office at 12. I said, look, I mean, fucked up.
And you're 12 years old.
Yeah. I was in that elevator probably crying like a mother.
So, look, I gotta ask.
Yeah.
Your partner was dark skinned? I gotta ask.
There's growing speculation that 50 Cent might have known about Diddy's situation before it even became public, as he was talking about it just before the news broke. 50's history of taunting Diddy isn't new. He's been throwing jabs at him for years, even suggesting Diddy had a hand in the Tupac shooting. Recently, rapper Tony Yayo confirmed in an interview with Vlad TV that 50 and Diddy had a meeting about a potential deal that ultimately didn't happen. According to Yayo, not signing 5-0 was one of Bad Boy's biggest mistakes. During that meeting, Diddy reportedly said there were 3 things people didn't like about rappers and expressed concerns about signing 50 because of the drama surrounding Biggie Smalls and other factors. This meeting supposedly took place after 50 released his album * Get Rich or Die Trying.
Does he say about Jay-Z, the artist, the businessman? Well, the complaint begins. Defendant Sean Combs, along with his longtime friend and collaborator, Sean Carter, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after-party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. Another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor. Many others were present at the after-party but did nothing to stop the assault. Combs had been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequences. He believes he is above the law. He is not. His close friend Sean Carter has been with Combs during many such instances described herein. Both perpetrators must face justice. So that seems to suggest that Sean Carter, Jay-Z, was not only present or participated in this alleged, what is essentially a crime, but for other instances. And that's really interesting. That's why I bring up this idea of, could he be hit with more lawsuits if you take these allegations as true? Now, the complaint goes on to say, Combs and Carter were not simply occasional collaborators in the music industry. The two men developed a close friendship that has been well documented from the late 1990s to the present. Together, they attended countless music industry events for each other's business ventures, parties, and after parties. Indeed, the two are apparently so close that Combs stated in 2023 that Carter is the only person, other than Combs' mother, who is allowed to call him by his legal first name of Sean. In 2000, near the height of their fame, power, and influence, Combs and Carter attended the 2000 Video Music Awards in New York City. Afterwards, Combs hosted an after-party for many of the most famous celebrities in the music and entertainment industries, including Carter, which is where the events alleged in this complaint occurred. I should also say that Busby also used this complaint to address an alleged harassment campaign that he claims Jay-Z started after Busby reached out about his involvement in the suit. The complaint reads, Carter was identified in plaintiff's original complaint as Celebrity A. Prior to the filing of this amended complaint, Carter received a letter from plaintiff's counsel requesting a mediation to resolve this matter. Upon present information and belief, Jay-Z responded to said letter by not only filing an utterly frivolous lawsuit, the one that I mentioned before, but by also orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against plaintiff's lawyers, their families, employees, and former associates in an attempt to silence plaintiff from naming Jay-Z herein. This effort was meant to scare plaintiff and to discredit her counsel. That effort failed. Indeed, plaintiff chose to file this amendment as a result of the egregious conduct perpetuated.
The speculation around Diddy's current legal troubles only intensified when rumors started circulating about his house being raided. 50 Cent, never one to miss an opportunity, quickly commented on the situation. He posted a screenshot showing Diddy's two sons, Justin and King, along with a message. This comes after 50's 1999 single How to Rob, where he famously included lyrics about extorting Diddy and other well-known rappers, adding fuel to the fire surrounding Diddy's legal issues.
Plaintiff recognized many celebrities as she entered what appeared to be a large living room or foyer containing a large crowd. Plaintiff attempted to mingle in the crowd and talk to several of the celebrities that she recognized and whom she wanted to see at the VMAs. Waitstaff circulated throughout the room, carrying trays of drinks, and loud music played throughout the venue. Plaintiff observed widespread drug use, including marijuana and cocaine. After attempting to talk to numerous celebrities, plaintiff accepted a drink from one of the waitresses, circulating the crowd. The drink was a reddish-yellow mixture that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. After drinking just a portion of that drink, plaintiff began to feel woozy and lightheaded, making her need to lie down. A photograph of an actual exemplar container used by Combs and/or his agents/employees to insert GHB into alcoholic drinks is seen below, and these are the photos included in the lawsuit that show a small plastic container that the plaintiff claims contained drugs at the party. The woman, remember, who claims she was 13 at the time, says she felt woozy and went to look for a place to lay down. Soon after, Combs entered the room along with defendant Carter and a female celebrity, Celebrity B. Plaintiff immediately recognized all three celebrities. Combs aggressively approached plaintiff with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her and said, "You are ready to party." Combs then threw plaintiff toward a wall, causing plaintiff to fall. Plaintiff got up and stumbled, at which point Combs grabbed her again and threw her on the bed. At that point, Carter began removing plaintiff's clothes as she grew more and more disoriented. Plaintiff was held down by Carter as he vaginally raped her, while Combs and Celebrity B watched. After Carter was finished, he stepped back toward the wall. Combs then stepped forward and vaginally raped plaintiff while Carter and Celebrity B watched. Combs then knocked plaintiff down and attempted to force plaintiff to perform oral sex with him. She fought back, standing up quickly and punching out at the same time, hitting Combs in the neck. Taken aback, Combs...
The speculation around Diddy's current legal troubles only intensified when rumors started circulating about his house being raided. 50 Cent, never one to miss an opportunity, quickly commented on the situation. He posted a screenshot showing Diddy's two sons, Justin and King, along with a message. This comes after 50's 1999 single How to Rob, where he famously included lyrics about extorting Diddy and other well-known rappers, adding fuel to the fire surrounding Diddy's legal issues.
Always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did ruin or run your life.
A 38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of raping her when she was 13 years old is speaking out to NBC News for the first time. She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward and talk today?
Because I think that I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through, and it's been hard enough to be quiet. But it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
Scared to be all alone?
No, with having autism is like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof drywall ball. The world's on fire. The fire is inside the ball with you, but there's no way for you to get out.
In addition to having autism, the woman says she suffered a head injury. The night of the 2000s VMAs, she says a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive. Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died. The woman says she spoke to Combs' limo driver who offered her a ride to an after party.
I stumbled upon Diddy's driver who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
What did you think when he said that to you?
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
She went to a White House, she says, where she spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo because, I have about his tattoo that's the Last Supper because I have a religious background. So it was just something to talk about.
At the after party, she says she had a drink that made her feel woozy. Then she says Combs and Carter took turns raping her while a female celebrity watched.
JC comes in and rapes me. He at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him, and he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the.
After the alleged rape, she says she ran to a gas station where she called her father, who picked her up and drove her home.
We rode home in silence. He didn't ask me what happened. He didn't ask me what I did or where